everyone. Welcome to Tarot Time with me and Priscilla. I am Brittany,
Hi.
the Cosmic Lunar Soul, and we have Sil, as always, from Priscilla's
Tarot
Cozy
Corner.
Tarot Corner. Oh, is
Tarot
Cozy
Corner. Just Tarot Corner.
One of these days I'm gonna get it. I swear. I don't know what's wrong with
I
me.
love it though. It's always funny in my opinion.
I feel like I've gotten it wrong different ways each time. And yeah, so anyway, we are doing a VR2 Catomancy Tarot.
Yeah.
All the information is in the description. This is the hashtag if we could read for anyone. And this is so much fun. We're only gonna do the first 9 prompts. We're not gonna do the bonus, right? I don't think any of us pulled the bonus.
Oh no, I picked one for the bonus. I ended up picking one. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do 10 prompts. And I realized I did not set up our little lower thirds. So we're gonna get started with the first one.
Yeah.
If you could read for any person or thing, living or dead, who would it be? And what decks would you choose? Number 1 is friend or partner. And I'm gonna edit the thing.
The
so we can
okay. Yeah. Also, hi Sandy. Hi Ruby. So
hi.
For the first prompt, I chose friend. So I chose my best friend, and I know that she's like really into like Sanrio characters and cute things and things like that. And
Gosh.
I don't have I don't have any I don't have any decks based on like the Sanrio characters. I think that would be really cool actually if they did a deck like that. But I decided to pick the Boji Journey Tarot because it's a really cute, and I think since it's like it feels like Japanese kind of style, like Asian kind of style, I feel like this is something she would really enjoy me using to read for her specifically. So we have like the cool edging and yes. So here's the high. I love this High Priestess card. So cute.
I love that entire deck.
Me too. I love this entire deck also. Like honestly, I love it. But I think it's like so cute, and I feel like this would be really her in a deck. And if I would use it to read for her, I think she would really love it. And probably go crazy over it because it's like adorable. And who doesn't love cute things, in my opinion? Like
that's true.
So yes, absolutely. Look at this little penguin. I love this hermit card. Then we have the 7 of Cups. I love it. Let's see some other cute ones. Oh, here's the Emperor, little bear. And then we have some like little cacti in the Ace of Wands. And this tower card is so adorable. I love it.
It is. For a tower card, I'm like, yeah, I love
it. This poor 10 of Swords though, but it's still cute. But so sad.
I know. It is.
So yes, I love this deck so much. It's also a linen cardstock, which is fantastic. I do have a discount code if you want to get it from Montreal Studio. Specifically, you can have like 10% off. Is it 10%? Yeah, I think it's 10% off your order. Not only for this deck, but anything on their website. So yes. I will type the discount code in the comments. But what did you choose for your first deck?
So my first one, I'll say her name because she's been on my live streams. I also chose for one of my besties was Gina. I really like doing readings for her. I've done readings for her before, and I'm really proud of some of them. So I really like. I'm really choosing this prompt and choosing her for this prompt because I feel like I would really enjoy using this deck in particular, which is the Cats Rule the Earth deck.
Oh, yeah, that's a good deck.
In the past, I think I've mostly used the Wild Unknown for her. So I think this would be really cool because we joked in high school, we were like, we could never live together because we would be insane cat people and have like 20 cats in the apartment. And I just think that this deck would be so relatable to like who we are in our relationship together. And I absolutely just love this deck as well.
That's hilarious.
And I've always mentioned that like I think the Wild Unknown is really hard hitting. So I think it would be fun to do a reading with her with a more light and sort of carefree kind of energy of a deck. Come on, focus. But I just absolutely love all of the diversity. And I mean, it's essentially a Rider-Waite clone, but it's cats. So can you really go wrong? Let me see if I can find some, like, come on, cat in a box as the hermit. I relate to this.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is one of the decks, like, if they came out with another card stock, I'd probably get it. I think this would be really really cool as a linen deck.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think it would just make it feel even that much more homey, and it kind of suits the vibe of the deck.
If they use the same cardstock that the Boji Journey Tarot is on, I think that would be fantastic.
I agree. And it doesn't even need to have like the gilding on the edges or anything like that.
Yeah, not even.
I think it would be perfect just as like that same level of thickness and that same style of same style of yes. Can't think of a word.
Ruby said that she thinks that someone made a fan deck of Sanrio, either Hello Kitty or Cinnamoroll. I love Cinnamoroll. He's my favorite. Cinnamoroll, my favorite.
Who that is?
He's from the he's one of the friends from Hello Kitty. So like there's Hello Kitty, there's My Melody, there's Kuromi, Cinnamoroll, and then there's like a bunch of others that I can't remember their names. That all are from the same universe.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
I've probably seen them and never had a name to associate them with.
If anyone has played the game Hello Kitty Island Adventure, they're all in there.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that being a really cute deck, and I'm not surprised if someone did like a sort of under being legal deck, fan deck of it.
All right. Also, Robin, we both chose our best friends, just to let you know. Because she asked who we chose, so.
Oh, okay.
Our best friends.
All right, number 2 is what family member would you choose?
Yes, so I chose my mom. And for her, I chose the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. So my mom was really big into like angels and like fairies and like enchanting things and whatnot. And she likes like bright colors and things like that. So I felt like this deck was like perfect in that regard because of the fact that it's like brightly colored. It has like nice people in it. Nice scenes going on. And of course there's angels and things in here as well. So love that. And I also like this deck because it has keywords on it. I feel like my mom's a visual person, so that's nice. You can see what it is I'm talking about if I give her a reading and explaining things. She'll be able to like relate it. To the keywords on the cards. But yeah, the dreamer. This is the Fool.
Oh, okay.
So they renamed the core cards, but there's the numbers on it. So if you know the number associated with the major arcana and everything, then you'll know everything like that. And then the suits are named by the elements. So earth, water, air, and fire, which I really enjoy. Okay, let's end on the High Priestess. I love this High Priestess card. So beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, she's
so Ruby, you could choose someone alive or dead. So if it's someone you don't want necessarily to know, you could choose someone who is no longer with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I chose. Hi, Four. Welcome. If you have like tarot and stuff like that, follow along with us and pick some decks. Or if you don't have decks, you can pick who you would like to do a reading for if you did do readings.
Yeah.
Right now, we're talking about anyone alive or dead with as a family member.
Family member. Who did you choose?
I chose my grandmom, and I chose the Song of the Grandmother.
That's so nice. I love
And not only does this fit her like energy that I remember of her, but it's also just like sort of the whole nature feel of it. Like she literally grew up in like rural bumfuck nowhere. She retired to, and I would spend summers growing up there.
Okay.
So sorry, I said that backwards. But I just think she would totally love the energy of this deck. I think it's like, come on, focus. I think it's just so up her alley. And obviously, it's not even just that it's called like the grandmother deck. It just has like this really soft, sweet energy that I remember of her. And, you know, she obviously by the time I remembered her, she was retired. She's super like chill and relaxed. And that was just, I would love to like see how she would react to this stuff, right? Because I was not into tarot and divination. She passed away when I was in 8th grade. Okay. So well before I got into this kind of stuff, but I was always the family weirdo, and she just like loved that about me. So I just would love to do a reading with this deck with her and just talk about the different like categories and ask her what her favorite one was. And I think it would just be such a cool experience.
Yeah. I love that. It's so beautiful.
It's such a lovely deck, and I think it's just like, it would be such a lovely moment. If I could go back in time, this would be the thing that I would do. Let's put that over there.
Yeah.
Hi, A. We are not doing tarot readings. Read the description.
We're doing a tarot tag. So we're talking about decks.
This one's gonna be fun. Pets. I know you.
I don't have any pets, and I've never had a pet, so I can't do one dead or alive, unfortunately. But I will say that if I had a pet, it would be a cat, and I'd probably use the category tarot for my cat. And I'm not gonna show any cards from this because I think people are already fed up with me showing this deck. I think I've showed this deck so many times and in every single video I've done, but it's really cute and I love it, and you should go buy it. So yes, that's my plug for that deck.
I chose my childhood cat. His name was Dutch. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. He was, I was literally just talking about him to my friend. He was a chunk. He was in his heaviest, like 18 pounds, and he was this great tabby. And I was even telling my friend, I was like, yeah, one of my neighbors mistook him for a raccoon once. They came up to us and was like, oh, we saw that there was a raccoon hanging around your house. I was like, are you talking about the cat? So he was super smart. He was like, we were like two peas in a pod. He kicked off my like crazy cat lady vibe, I guess. I can't find photos now, but it's okay. But so
if you find one, share it in the Discord.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find the one of him sitting on the pizza box.
Okay.
I chose the Boji Tarot for him because it was all about, like, I remember as a kid, we'd go on little adventures, and it feels very much like this energy. Yeah. I had a childhood dog, and when I'd walk him, he would walk with us. We used to unsuccessfully hunt birds and squirrels together. I was a very weird kid. So I just felt like this would be like the epitome of our adventures together. And I would love to have been, if I was into doing tarot at the time, I would have loved to use that deck to do readings with him.
I love that. That's so cute.
Hi, Olivia. Oh, you saw a black cat yesterday.
Oh, I
That
love that.
means you. I've decided that means you are getting 7 years of good luck.
Love that.
Okay, we're getting into musicians and stuff. So Q4 is musician.
Yes. So I chose for a musician, I chose Tate McRae. She's a Canadian
Oh,
singer.
okay.
Yeah, and I love her. She actually just released a new album last month, at the end of last month, and it's literally what I've been playing on repeat because I love it. So I chose, if I was gonna do a reading for her, which would be really fucking funny in my opinion, because she's a celebrity and all that. I chose the Rainbow Tarot.
Mm.
And I don't know, I like this. It's colorful, it's fun, it's playful. I feel like her music is very fun. Um and I feel like she would be very fun. So I don't know her personally, but I feel like she has that kind of vibe. So this is a very fun deck, very vibrant, colorful. It does have like silver holographic
Oh
edging,
yeah,
which I
totally
really
vibing
love.
out with that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like that she would like really like this. I think this particular kind of deck, very
Is
very
she
fun.
LGBT?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I was just
Yeah,
curious. I'm not familiar with who that is. The name sounds vaguely familiar.
she's Canadian. She's a Canadian singer.
I'm also
Her
just bad
music
at pop culture.
her music is good. It's pop music, I guess, would be considered. Um and I don't think this deck is specifically just LBGTQ plus kind of thing. It's just like fun and vibrant. I do the artist is she's really fun and out there, honestly. I follow her on Instagram
Hmm.
and her outfit, she does like outfits of the day and stuff, and her outfits are wild. And I'm just like, wow, this is so out there and cool. The way she dresses and things.
You know who that deck reminds me of?
Hmm.
Florence and the Machine. Florence.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
don't listen
I don't
to
either.
her music that much, but yeah, I see it. I can see it.
Listen to
Yeah.
her, but like I went to a music festival and watched her perform, and I was
Oh,
like,
okay,
oh,
okay.
this embodies that performance that I saw.
I'm sure this deck could embody a lot of people, to be
Oh,
honest
I'm
with you,
sure. I am
because
totally sure.
it's really out there, in my opinion.
Yeah, in like a really cool way.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, and these are the backs. Look how fun they are.
I love the back of those cards.
So yeah. Yeah, so I'm really into like this deck. And yeah, like I said, the I love the hollow. It's so pretty.
It is. I'm so
So
rough with my decks.
so that's what I chose for number 4. What did you choose? Who did you choose and what did you choose?
I went old school. I went with Marvin Gaye. And
Oh, yeah, that's
this
good.
was one of the prompts that I struggled with finding a deck.
Oh,
And I
okay.
decided to go with The Unfolding Path. It seems a little like out there, but I
Mm.
feel like with whole like Marvin Gaye's whole history and like
Mhm.
the whole how he's murked by his dad, but everybody thinks it was actually like a planned suicide that way. I would
Okay.
love to be able to like, go back in time before all of that was happening and just be like, okay, unfold your path for me. I just dive
I
deeper
like
into it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
What
think that
what innovative thinking. I love that. That is so cool.
and I just think the cards have so much artistry and he's such a really amazing talent. I think
True.
that
Hmm.
I would love to see what kind of like beauty he sees in these cards. I don't know if he would be down for it because Marvin Gaye was like originally like an OG church boy, but in
Yeah.
my fantasy, I think that this would be such uh, a cool perspective,
Mm.
and it's also like people like I think he suffered from like alcoholism. He dealt with a lot with abuse in his family.
Mm-hmm.
And to see such beauty and stuff in the cards, I would love to hear how he feels about that and where he sees himself in it, and just building those connections. Why is nothing focusing today?
I know.
Just zoom in a bit. See if that helps. And it doesn't.
You tried. I think when you do it, I think when you start from closer to you and then move up, it focuses.
Yes.
Because that's focusing, but.
Yeah. And this is one of my favorite cards of the deck.
Yes, I love that card.
It's just gorgeous card. So I would absolutely just love to see what he feels about it, just
yeah.
That would be so cool. Another thing I'd be willing to maybe travel back in time to do.
I love that.
All right, Q5, actor or performer?
Okay, this one was so hard because I really don't care about actors or performers or whatever. So this was so hard for me. And I was just thinking, okay, what was the last movie I saw? What was the last trailer I saw? And I was just thinking,
like the very last thing you picked?
Yeah. So recently, so I subscribed to like Minecraft like newsletters, and they sent out an email about their Minecraft live, and because they do a live every year to talk about the new updates that are coming to the game and things. And of course, they're going to talk about the movie, right? They're doing a Minecraft movie, which if anyone saw the trailer, it looks really stupid, but I want to watch it because it looks so funny. And in the movie is Jack Black, and I love
Jack Black's a good one. That's Jack Black. Pick. Okay.
I love Jack Black. I've watched pretty much everything he's ever been in. He's like really great, and he doesn't act that much anymore, right? So the fact that he's in the Minecraft movie, I feel like that's perfect for him because the movie just seems
he voice acts more than he does act now. So
yes, Kung Fu Panda, a lot of like animated movies and things, which I love because I love Kung Fu Panda, and obviously I loved him in like the Goosebumps movies because he was in the I think there's only two. He was in the two movies or whatever. He plays the father that has like Slappy, the thing, and he's the whatever. It was funny. I love Jack Black. He's hilarious. And of course, I also like his music because he has also, I don't know if they still do music, but Tenacious D.
Yeah.
His band Tenacious D. So yeah, I don't know.
Surprisingly multi-talented.
I know.
I remember him originally from
School of Rock, I'm assuming.
Shallow Hal.
Oh, Shallow Hal, yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, oh, he's going nowhere.
I know, that movie was hilarious, though.
I will still watch it to this
Me
day.
Me too. So, yeah, I loved him in that. School of Rock. I love him in The Holiday because he's in The Holiday. If you like Christmas movies, oh, I love it. Yeah, it's really great. So
I love him in Tropic Thunder.
Oh yes, me too. Again, I as I said, I've seen him pretty much in everything. So I was like, you know what? Let me choose this guy. He is funny. He is hilarious. He plays in really stupid comedic movies. So I decided to go with the Mystical Medleys Tarot. I feel like this would be a good one to read for him.
I feel like he probably plays Cuphead as well and read the original like cartoons and would be so about that in every kind of way.
Yeah, so I chose this. It's like what is it called? Like a vintage cartoon tarot. Yeah.
I think it's loosely based off of the animation of Cuphead, I think.
Maybe. I'm not really sure. I didn't read the introduction of the guidebook, to be honest with you, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you. But it looks like old school Disney cartoons, to be honest with you. Yeah. So,
like, gives you like very much Popeye vibes and stuff.
Yes, like that or like really old Mickey.
Yeah. Those weird gummy characters. Yeah.
Yes. So I love this. It's funny. It's hilarious. And he's hilarious. He's funny. I feel like this would be perfect.
I would love to hear what he has to say about that.
Me too, to be honest with you. I think it would be hilarious if I gave him a reading.
He would. I feel like. I mean, I feel like this would be so off his alley. It would be hilarious.
I know. I love it so much. But yes, we have this Knight of Wands, um, Eight of Swords. Oh, I love the Six of Swords with the little ladybugs.
Yes.
Look at this ladybug's face, like, ooh.
very, very much olive oil. Yes.
Yeah. I love it. I love it so much. They were supposed to do an oracle, but the way things are going with Liminal 11, I don't know if they would probably do it with someone else. I would hope that maybe they would do it with Sterling Ethos, which is owned by Union Square & Co., since they have the same box style as Liminal 11. So, I don't know, but that would be really cool.
Too much of a disconnect.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too much disconnect. Yeah, that's right. And yes, he is. And that's the first time I've seen him in a movie in a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's been quite a while.
But yes.
Ruby was saying that musician and actors are hard for her as well.
There's too many. Too many.
It's how do you weed it down? You need like a sub theme almost.
Yeah, I know.
And thank you for suggesting this tag. I'm really enjoying it. We're both really enjoying it.
Yes. Okay, what did you choose?
For me, I went with Michael Jackson. I know it seems the same as musician, but I feel like Michael Jackson transcends a lot of things and is the full picture of what I think of as a performer.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just quirky enough that he would let me do this. And I chose the Portals of Presence because I would just love to like almost like Rorschach test him. I would love to get his opinion on what he sees in these things and like how our perspectives are different when it comes to just how he thinks and if he sees music in these, you know, just because he really like he set the bar for how a lot of today's music is and like he invented what we have as music videos and I would just love to like Rorschach test him because
I feel like the performance aspect of his music videos, like I feel like maybe before him I don't think many people put that much effort into some of the music videos they were doing. So I feel like, I totally agree with you and what you stated in regards to that. Because I feel like now music videos are not only such a performance, but some musicians are like making them full productions.
Yeah.
They're and like, making them into like mini movies kind of thing.
And there's like more in those than even just on the track, on the album, which is really cool. Yeah. And I don't think people really did that before him. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like he's the one that at least popularized it if other people were doing it. So, yeah, this would be so cool. It would be like to get into Michael Jackson's head and like hear his thoughts and hear him talk artistry in relative to this. It'd be so cool.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my God, it's so good. Those cards are gigantic though. They're as big as your face. They're literally as big as your face.
They're
a little extreme in my opinion, but okay.
Like look at them in comparison to like a pocket. Like this is a pocket.
What in the world?
Like huge.
Oh my God.
Ruby was saying she's shocked no one made a Michael Jackson tarot. Yeah, I think because it might be illegal to use his likeness.
Yeah, they might have to get the rights to do that. I think that's the biggest thing. To make it like an official one. Yeah. And I think if they made an unofficial one, I think you might end up getting sued by his family, probably.
I feel like it's similar to how Disney is. Like they are very much, they will shut a small business down for using their copyright. So I'm guessing that's probably why.
Yeah. It makes sense though. I'm surprised the Taylor Swift one is unofficial, and I'm surprised the person that created that hasn't been sued yet, because anyone who uses Taylor Swift songs in YouTube videos get automatically copy striked.
Automatically. Yeah.
Automatically, even if they're filming her, like her concert, so they go to their concert or whatever, her team automatically wants it taken down. So like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that even is a thing and it's being sold. So yeah. Well, good luck to that person.
I know. Like,
hopefully nothing happens.
In your favor, because it's only a matter of time. Hey, Laura.
So yeah.
Yeah, but Robin, I remember, like, Michael Jackson was famous from the 60s, from the Jackson 5, but when he branched out, he was still famous, but like they did try to pigeonhole him, but ended up like just literally taking over the world. And I feel like that's not even a joke.
Yeah. Well, he's considered what, the king of pop, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people try to like have been trying to redo that and give it to someone else, but yeah, I can't see how anybody could beat that discography and all of that. All right, Q6 is author.
Also, Robin, that's cool. It's probably licensed though. If it's coming out by a publisher, it's probably licensed. And fan art, while it is legal, fan art you cannot sell typically. So it only becomes there's like this gray area where fan art is legal, of course, because you're not selling it, right? You're showing it off and be like, oh, I painted Taylor Swift, I made Taylor Swift, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if you start selling it and things like that, then it starts becoming a legal issue, I think.
Like I could create a Michael Jackson tarot and then give it to y'all and say like, hey, this is my gift to you.
Yeah, it's free.
Right. I couldn't be like, hey, pay me for it.
I think
I could, but I could get sued for it.
Yeah, I think there would be like a cease and desist, I think, because technically you're using someone's likeness to make money and that person is not earning any royalties from it. Where the issue is. Okay, author. So I had a few in mind.
Okay.
And it was hard for me to like pick what I would like. So yeah, partial quoting for reviews, etc., etc. Okay.
Yeah, like parodies and
yeah. But again, I feel like these things you don't make money off of, in my opinion. Not usually. Not.
I think you are allowed to some degree. Like otherwise, Saturday Night Live would have been sued. Well, they probably get sued often, but you know,
they probably get sued all the time.
They probably wouldn't be allowed on the air.
Probably not. Yeah.
So I think there's a level to like parodying people.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a few people in mind for author, and then I was like, oh, who should I choose? I don't know. But I decided to go with someone dead this time.
Okay.
And I chose Edgar Allan Poe. So I love Edgar Allan Poe. I've always loved Edgar Allan Poe.
Can I guess what you chose?
I chose. You can guess what I chose, but I don't think you'll get it right.
Oh.
But you can guess though. Go ahead.
So it's not the literary tarot?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. Yeah. I decided to go with the Poe tarot because I wanted to.
I didn't know you had that.
Yeah, I do. So Red Feather sent me this last year, and I decided to go with this because I feel like it would be interesting to get his perspective on how big he became, because he wasn't big before he died. He only became big after he died. He wasn't popular. Yeah. So I thought he could see how his work has been so inspirational to so many people after he passed away. So this deck is black and white, and each card showcases an imagery based on the tarot, but it also is related to one of his stories. And it tells you in the guidebook. It tells you in the guidebook which story, and there's like a quote at the bottom that comes from
Okay.
the story itself. And it has red edges like that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, and these are the backs. And I absolutely love this deck so much. And it's just really amazing. And there's a lot of cats in here, I will say, a lot of black cats. And there's a lot of pictures of Poe himself. So this is Poe with a black cat. And then here's Poe again with 3 black cats. I love it. It's just like Poe and then cats and things like that. So I absolutely love it. So yeah, I would love to like get his thoughts on like quotes. I would love to get his thoughts on like the pairing of the story with the card itself and see if he feel like it fits, you know? And I think it would be really interesting just to have a conversation with him, to be honest with you. Not even just about tarot, but just like in general, like his thoughts on how his stories, poems, and everything have taken off, and the pop culture surrounding Edgar Allan Poe, and how big he became. Um, like literally after he died, right? So I think it would
Hmm.
be really cool to like see like hear his thoughts and things like that. And then they do have like different suits. So like there's candles, there's quills, wells, and what's the other one? Pause. Pause is the other one. Pause is the one that has all the cats in it, all the black cats,
Oh, okay. Hold
which
on
I
one second. I'm
love.
sorry.
Sure, sure. Um, all the black cats and things. Here's the Empress card. I love it. Oh, let me turn this over. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so Ruby says she'd pick Rothfuss. I'm not sure who that is. Or oh yeah, yeah, Antoine de Saint. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. The Little Prince. Yeah, the Little Prince. Oh, I love that. That's one of my favorite. Honestly, if I was gonna pick that, I'd pick the Little Prince deck, the Tarot of the Little Prince. Because why not? You know. I think that would be really interesting. Here's the chariot. It's a hot air balloon. Oh, here's the magician. Magician. And the magician, it says, but the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. The raven, quote the raven. I love it. I love it so much. I think people sleep on that deck because it's black and white. Yes, I agree. I agree. I actually love that it's black and white. I think it tells a nice story, the fact that it's black and white. And it pairs amazingly with the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle, um, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Ruby. Oh, that would be interesting to use a deck based on that person's work. Yes, I'd be interesting to see their reaction. Like, would Frida like it, or would she think it was too much? Yes, that would be interesting. Yeah, there's a few decks based on Frida on the market.
Yeah,
So
there are.
that would be really cool. And then Laura was saying that if I could read for Ursula Le Guin. Guin? Did I pronounce that correctly? I don't know. Sorry if I didn't. I would not be able to handle it, but I'd also have so much fun. Love that. I love that. Okay, so
Aw.
yes, your turn now. What author did you choose?
Okay. I chose Octavia Butler. She,
Oh, love that.
she I haven't read it yet, but
Okay.
she wrote Parable of a Sower, and it's really popular and very relatable to
Mm,
things going on today.
yes.
And I chose pull the cards out. I chose the Wandering Spirit for her.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that would hi. I thought this would be a cool deck because just like I would love to get her opinion on how come on. There we go. Her opinion on just how things are today and how she sees the journey between the woman and the skeleton in here, and how it might relate back to a lot of her stories, where it's like, I personally relate, like the woman is like the external, and the skeleton is everything inside, and there's like that story and journey that they're doing together. And well, specialty card. I just think it would be really cool to see how she relates to it. And I'm sorry, I don't know why like it's not wanting to focus.
I know,
but
I don't know.
It's okay. Technology is not always my friend.
It is Mercury retrograde. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. But I think that the images are really simple in my opinion, but there's a lot of depth to everything that's going on. And I think it would be really cool to just hear her perspective and relate it back to some of her stories, and just to hear her story overall, because she passed away before she could finish her series, and to hear how she would maybe end things versus, I think they're going to have ghostwriters or whatever take her notes and finish the series for her.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
It would be. Yeah. So it would be nice to hear, like, okay, this is what I was thinking. This is what this means to me. And like, so much has changed since she's passed. Like, what are you thinking now? How would you do things differently? And I think that tarot is really cool because it's so, the idea of wandering spirit just feels like it would relate so much to her.
Yeah, that deck specifically, weren't they coming out with a new version? Didn't someone share it in your Discord that they were coming out with a new version?
Yes, they're coming out with a second edition.
Are you going to get it? Is it different cardstock?
I think the only difference is that instead of like the gold, I think it's going to be silver or hollow. I don't know if it's going to be different enough for me to want to get it.
Okay.
Like if it was pocket, or if the cards were changing just enough, maybe I would.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I guess you're going to have to look into it, right?
Yeah. Once it officially goes live, I'll look at the cards and see what the official differences are.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of go from there. But I would like to support, so I might do like some of her art prints instead.
Okay, or do like just the first option where it's like just give some money and not get a reward kind of thing. Yeah. Laura says that she thinks that your pick is good. She said that she thinks that Octavia would actually like that tarot.
I think so too. I think it would be so cool. And like, so the cool thing about this deck, and another reason I chose it, it's created by a Japanese like Lolita fashion artist. So I feel like there's this cool dimension to the deck that is different than some of the others. And I would love to just pick her brain about all of that stuff.
Yeah. Robin says that she would probably read for Stephen King, which love that. I love that so much.
I would actually watch a podcast of someone doing that. Yes.
I want to know if he has body somewhere because those books are honestly, me too. I would love to know that too, actually. His books are wild sometimes.
They're very wild.
Absolutely. I love it. Robin says that the new version of that deck is actually going to have a whole new major arcana.
Okay. I have to look at the cards. I know what's happening. I just haven't looked like too hard into it yet. Okay. Next one. Oh, and we have the star of our show is here. The real star.
Hi, Luna.
Say hi, Luna.
It sounded like she was saying no.
That's what my mom always says. She's like, she just says no a lot. She's like a toddler. And I was like, you're just being negative.
That's what it sounds like, though.
So Q7 is fictional character. So,
oh my god, there are so many to choose from. I don't even.
I feel like this was as hard as like the musician one, right? Or the performer one.
Yeah,
Because there's so many
performer, actor.
options.
Well, for me, performer and actor was more like I don't care, so who do I choose? But oh yeah, they had you. Robin's like, hey Luna, they had you in the deck with Poe earlier because there's a whole suit just with black cats.
Oh no, they stole your likeness. We need to sue them.
So I decided to go with so my fictional character, I decided to base it because I've been reading a lot of fan fiction. As people who know me know, I read fan fiction. I read specifically Harry Potter fan fiction. So I decided to choose a Severus Snape for my fictional character. And I went with an Oracle deck that I feel like would really be up his vibe, to be honest with you. And I went with the Fantod pack. Yeah.
This is tracking so far based off of the box.
Yeah, it's a black and white deck, which he mostly wears black. So he doesn't wear color. So I wasn't going to pick a color deck. That would make no sense. But I feel like because he lives in the dungeons, he probably would be into something that's more macabre and creepy. So we have like a random limb here. A random yellow bird, but there's no colors. So I don't know how it calls it yellow. We have the stones.
I feel like he would outwardly hate this and inwardly love it. And it just tickles me.
I know. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, he seems like the type that would just be like, I hate this, but secretly inside he loves it. Which I love so much. I vaguely
remember in, what was it, book 5, I think, when Trelawney came in, the divinations professor, like shit talking to her. So I feel like this would be like if you went up to him like, hey professor, I'm gonna do a reading for you, and you pull out this deck, you'd like, oh, this deck is up my alley, but I'm never gonna admit it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, Robin was like, I want to read for Draco. We need to unpack some of that childhood trauma. Literally. His father, my God.
I would love to read Draco. I guess if we were picking Harry Potter characters specifically,
yeah.
Like I actually did debate on picking Dumbledore as my person.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, you chose a bunch of kids.
Honestly, Dumbledore is like the most manipulative person ever, but he's so high praise, but he manipulates everyone. Like, look how first of all, Severus also has a lot of childhood trauma as well because he grew up in an abusive household. And the fact that even in when he went to Hogwarts, no one wanted to stick by him because he was a Slytherin, and how Dumbledore was literally he almost got killed because of freaking what's his name, Sirius Black, right? In book 3, he almost got killed because of Sirius Black, and Sirius Black literally wasn't even in trouble, and Dumbledore was like, "Oh yeah, I'll give you detention. That's good enough." You almost killed someone. What the hell?
James and Sirius literally bullied Severus.
Yeah, I know. I know. And they never got in trouble because Severus was Slytherin. Slytherin has such a bad rap, in my opinion. And yes, there's bad people, but there's so many wizards that can be bad, and they come from so many different backgrounds, right? Like, look at what's his face, the one that's the rat that I can't remember his name, Wormtail. I can't remember his actual name.
Fucking Peter Pettigrew, that bitch.
He's freaking Gryffindor. He turned bad. It doesn't matter what house you're in, you could turn bad, like just like that. Like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. But
I don't understand why they were friends with him to begin with. He was such a
loser. Absolute loser.
I will go crazy. I can't talk about this.
So like, I don't know. So I feel bad for certain characters that are in Slytherin because I feel like they're pushed to do things, but they don't actually want to do that, but it's the only choice that they have because no one cares about them.
I feel like there's a lot
You
of
know?
indoctrination that happens in Slytherin that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And it starts a
Yeah.
lot of times with their families and
Yeah.
then transverses into the school. And because the school doesn't have any real support system for them,
Yeah.
it just perpetuates the stereotype.
Yeah. I know,
Like
which I really
in
hate.
Yeah, like
And
in
I
my opinion, if the
yeah.
Slytherins had like a really great mentor like McGonagall, they
Yeah.
probably wouldn't end up the way that they are half the time.
Yeah. But I feel like though when Severus became head of house, because he was the youngest teacher out of all of them, right? He became a teacher
Yeah.
at 20. He was 20 years old, and then when Harry starts, he's 31. So he's 31 in the book when the new students come, like the people that are actually going to start like save whatever, kill Voldemort and all that stuff. He's 31 at that time, and he dies at 37, which
I know, that's
really
crazy.
sucks. You know, it really
Yeah.
sucks. But I felt like, you know, maybe when he was head of house, like head of house of Slytherin, he probably tried his best with them as much as he could. But you know, the families, because they're mostly pure blood, their families are already in this realm of like, oh no, you're the best, and everyone else is below you because they're half blood or you know muggles or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah.
So
I really fully feel like Severus had like a really big disconnect from his family, but everybody associated with him with his family. So
yeah,
he had no people. He had no like tribe around him.
yeah,
And because of that, he went. I mean, this is literally an allegory for how people end up in gangs.
yeah,
Because you have a
yeah,
bad family life, you have no friends, so you end
yeah.
up creating your family with very bad people.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was Lucius Malfoy that recruited him to Voldemort's side. So because his family was already involved with Voldemort, I believe his father was already involved, and then he became involved. And obviously Lucius was older; he was already prefect, I think, when Severus started
Yeah.
at school. So wild, but yes, I picked this because I think it would be right up his alley, in my
Oh,
opinion.
for
So
sure.
yes, who did you choose? What did you choose?
So before I choose, Ruby
Yes.
was saying she was thinking maybe Sailor Moon or Sailor Pluto.
Oh,
I think
love
that's
that.
a really cool choice. And then she was saying maybe Galadriel or Arwen. I would love
Oh,
to
love that
read it
too.
for Galadriel. Oh my god, that would be so. Or Eowyn. Any of the like really. I think Eowyn would be my pick from the Lord of the Rings because she's like just a strong female badass and
Yeah,
would stop at nothing to protect her family and
I love that.
garners the respect of her older brother and her father. Yes, Eowyn.
Yeah.
So that wasn't my choice, but
Yes.
I actually went with Dr. Ryland Grace from Project Hail Mary. He is, I think he was a molecular biologist who
No idea.
decided to teach at he teach in grade school and he ended up basically I don't want to give too many spoilers, but basically he ended up on this space adventure in order to save Earth. And I chose for him the Cosmic Journey.
Ooh, okay.
I thought it would be really cool because if you read the book or listen to the audiobook, Ryland Grace kind of has a very like matter of fact sort of way about him, as you know, most physicists and stuff like that are. Think Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? It would be really cool to go in and be like, well, how does this make you feel? You know? And just be like, this is your cosmic journey. What does this mean to you? Where do you see yourself in it? And
My
I think
God. Ooh, I love
it would,
this.
isn't it just so awesome?
Oh, I have to add this to my wish list. Okay, hold on. Let me go to
It's
Amazon. I don't
And I'm
have
just,
this in my collection. Cosmic Journey Oracle. Here we go.
and if I like reflect on
Ooh.
his journey throughout the book, I think that a lot of the cards like really relate to very specific scenes that happened.
Mm.
It's just I
Love.
would love that. Also, like Dr. Grace is basically my book dad now. I would love
Book
for him
that.
to adopt me. And he's just so smart and very. He is what I imagine Neil deGrasse Tyson to be. Um, just very personable, but very intelligent, and wants to teach people and share the love of the universe. And I think it would be a really cool dynamic to see how stuff like this just sits with them, right? It's just
Yeah.
such a cool dichotomy between someone who's so scientifically intelligent. And I think part of that is like when I started the world of divination with my science background, it was really hard to connect with for a little bit and rationalize and make it work for me. So, yeah. Okay. Number 8 is artist.
Yeah, I had a hard time with this one because I was like, artist, am I like doing painters? Like, what is this? So I Googled what is considered an artist.
To be
So I
honest,
can,
musician, performer, and actor fall under artist to me.
that's what
It's a
it says.
very
That's what Google told me.
broad
That plus writer,
writers,
authors. So I was like, what am I picking? I don't know. Like, am I gonna pick a painter? Like, I don't know. So I decided to pick a poet.
Oh, not
Yeah.
Edgar Allan Poe.
No, not Edgar Allan Poe, because I've already picked Edgar Allan Poe as an author. I decided to pick Rumi, who is an 18th century poet. So he's not alive anymore, obviously. And he comes from, I think, what would be now considered Turkey or Afghanistan or something. He comes from the Middle East, from what I know. And he's a popular poet. I do own a book of poetry of his, and I do love it very much. So I decided to choose the Vedic tarot. This is the East meets West. And I think my decks just went all over the place. And I think this is really cool because since he comes from the East and I'm from the West, I thought it would be really interesting to get his take on not only this kind of style of deck, but to see how he feels about, like, I guess, the amalgamation or the matchup between two different cultures in that regard.
I like that.
Yeah. So I chose this one. I love the art style. It's like I don't know, marker. I think they drew it with markers or something. It's really cool. And Red Feather also sent me this one. This one I showed in the January haul that I got because they sent it to me this year. But yeah, it's really cool. And it has like Sanskrit and things on it. So I would wonder if he would be able to read this.
Ruby was asking if they made an oracle based on his work.
They do. They have several oracles based on his work, but I don't have any of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Blue Angel has several decks based on his work. And well, I did think about that, but I don't own any of those oracles, so I was like, you know what? Let me pick something different that's not based on his work specifically. So yes, we'll end on the Hermit, this wise man with a very long beard. So yes. So who did you choose and what did you choose?
So I ended up going with Vincent van Gogh. And I did because of a really awesome episode of Doctor Who where they go back and visit Vincent Van Gogh, and then they bring him to the present and show him his like whole wing in a museum. And
Love that.
basically,
Okay.
like, because he died before he became famous, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you know, they were trying to tell him that his art is meaningful to people and how it actually makes an impact in the art world. And they bring him to the present, and you know, obviously they can't tell people, but the curator is describing the exhibit, and he's like a huge fan of Van Gogh, and it like brings Van Gogh to tears. And
Mhm.
that was really like, I would love to continue that, right? So say that was actually something that could happen. Like I would do the Prisma and Cosma visions because
Oh,
it so much
yes.
relates to and is inspired by how his artistry of God, Starry Night, and just like that art style. And I think it would be so cool for him to see more of
Oh,
those impacts and the connection that he has basically transcended
yeah.
over time in his art. And
I
it
love
would,
that.
yes, I would. It would be so awesome to just talk about, like, to show him how his art has not only transcended art, but it has become part of divination and the spirituality, and just
Yeah.
how beautiful of a like connection it has made. So
Yeah. I love that so much. Look at that.
yes, I would think it would be so fun. It'd be so fun. Okay,
I
I won't
think
show too much
I
of it
think
because
he'd probably enjoy that too. I think he would probably enjoy that too.
I would hope so. All right, let's go on to Q9, historical figure.
Yes. Okay. This one I had a very hard time with because I don't know, like historical. I don't. So I googled historical figures, and I looked at a list. I just went through a list that I found on Google of all these historical figures, and Sigmund Freud was on there, and I was like, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna pick Sigmund Freud.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. And I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, so I felt like it was fitting. And I decided to choose the Roast Iconic Oracle deck.
How interesting. Okay.
And I'll explain why. So Sigmund Freud was all about, if anyone knows him, he or rather knows his work, he was all about linking everything to sex. Everything was linked to sex. All of his things, your problems, your woman problems, it
Oh,
all linked back to that kind of topic. So I would love to see what he thinks about this deck in specifically and how he can link it back to like I would assume he'd probably link it back to like that topic, I think.
yes.
Um like for example, snack. The Oracle, we have Troll for example. This deck is hilarious and I feel like I would probably get some like weird I don't know, like weird comments from Sigmund Freud
Oh,
on
I'm
this deck for
sure.
sure. Tinfoil hat, and I think it'd be really funny actually to use this to read for him specifically. He'd probably look at it and be like, "What?" and then try to get into a deeper meaning of it for sure. We have unicorn, influencer, billionaire. Oh, this one, simp. He'd probably take one look at this and he'd be like,
Yeah.
trauma bond. We have a black square, red flag, legend. Also, learning the terminology of today's culture, I think, would also be very interesting for
Yes.
him specifically. So I think I would enjoy teaching him today's terminology as well.
Hmm.
For that. But yeah, I love this deck. It's also a pocket deck. It's really funny. So yeah,
That might
and
be interesting.
these are the backs. I think it would be a fun time. I think. Oh,
It's
Marilyn
funny
Monroe.
because oh, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, and then Alexander Hamilton. I don't know who Alexander Hamilton is. But
Oh
I could.
yeah, I guess you wouldn't. American history. He's lauded as one of the founding fathers of the
Oh,
country.
okay.
He
Okay.
was integral in the Revolutionary War, and the musical Hamilton is based off of him.
Okay. Maybe I'll learn that when I get to that season of Outlander.
There season on. I've never
Outlander?
seen Outlander.
You've
I
never
don't.
seen that show? Oh my god. It's really good. I think you'd enjoy it actually. It's kind of it's a historical show, but there's kind of like this mystical time travel within it. So this main character, she comes from the right after World War II ended. So she comes from like
Okay.
the 60s or whatever. And she touches these rocks in Scotland, and then she's brought back in time to um like the when Scotland was trying to like be free or whatever. They were trying to like
Oh,
be free
okay.
from whatnot. And then there's certain seasons, there's wars and things like that. But eventually they go to the United States. They go to the colonies, which is not the United States yet. It's just the colonies at
Right.
the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think where I'm at right now, they're about to start the U.S. Revolution, where they're going
Oh,
to become an independent country and things like that. So I might hear this guy. Maybe this character will be in the show at that point, and maybe I'll learn about him.
Laura clarified that Hamilton became Secretary of the Treasury when George Washington was president. I did not know that. I
Mm,
thought he died during the Revolutionary War. I am not a history buff.
cool, cool. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know nothing about American history, so
Neither do I, apparently. So
yeah.
at least you have the excuse of being Canadian.
Yeah, I guess
I'm just
so.
not history girly. So
Or one of the first Canadian PMs, but either way, it'll turn into a session of what were you thinking? Why did
yeah.
you do that, Ruby? Honestly, for real. Okay, who did you
That's a good
choose?
one.
What did you
Okay,
choose?
I chose for my historical figure. I went with Isaac Newton. I feel like I'm noticing a very big like difference between us.
Ooh,
This is
Isaac
really
Newton.
cool.
Yeah.
I chose a lot of scientific-y based people.
Yeah, I'm not in the sciences, so
But so
it
Isaac
makes
Newton,
sense for me. It makes sense for you.
he's like literally the father of science, right? He's the one who discovered relativity and theorized gravity. He was an astronomer, like
I'm a deer in headlights right now. I'm like, what's all this?
he created calculus. Like who creates
Never in my life.
it's crazy. I learned calculus. He created it. Who just creates calculus, right? So it would be so cool to hear like how someone who thinks that way and to basically just go and be like, well, what do you think about this? Like, what is your
Ooh.
concept in all of this science and how your brain works? Where do you feel like past lives fit in? And the reason that I would like to ask is because I feel like I
Mm.
don't fully know. I teeter in this like gray area where sometimes I feel
Mm.
like, oh, it's not a thing at all. And then other times I'm like,
Yeah.
well, maybe it is, and maybe there is merit to it. And I fluctuate in that gray area a lot. And I think it would be so cool to just like talk through him, like go through some of the cards, like the past life challenge, and see what his thoughts are on it and like where he sees himself in these cards. And I just think that like talking to the father of science would give me at least some sort of perspective on the situation that I hadn't really thought of. I
Yeah.
high key wanted to choose Neil deGrasse Tyson, but I don't consider him historical because he's present. He's a present figure. So I
Okay.
went with Isaac Newton instead. But I think it would be really, really cool to hear about the concept of past lives from someone who is more like cerebral and like methodical.
Look at Ruby's comment. She's like, I didn't think of Newton. That's good. Galileo would be good too. Once again, I'd ask Newton, why did you do calculus? You know how many people you stressed out with that?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Me. I hate math, honestly.
Calc
I hate
2
math.
made me reconsider if I should even be majoring in math. I've never had nightmares about school until Calc 2. I had
Ooh.
nightmares about doing a take-home exam once where like we had a week to do it. We could do it as a group and we still struggled. And I was having nightmares about it.
Wild.
Yes.
Wild.
I've gone to grad school twice and have never had nightmares since about school. So that's how bad Calc 2 was. But that's because Calc 2 essentially combines it combines how do I explain it? It's like
I don't even know.
the movement of numbers, but in a like geometry sense, where it's like when you're talking about sine waves and you're talking about like shapes within in nature and stuff like that, and trying to discern. I'm watering this down, but I when I tell you I had nightmares, I'm not kidding. Like literally, I would spend. I remember one for our final. I remember going to one of my grad buddies. He was not tasked with like grading our exams, but he basically had gone through the same program we had, and we took the exam to him after we handed it in. And I was like, are we crazy or is this ridiculously hard? Turns out the professor was being like a petty bitch and made all of the answers complex answers. To paint the picture, like regular answers would be like 2, like 5, or maybe like 2x. This included imaginary numbers along.
I would have failed that.
I don't know how to pass. I got a B, and I'm like, I'll take it.
Okay.
But
hey, B is really good. It's really high, actually. I would have had an F. Never mind. I would have had a letter that's not even part of the grading, X or something.
It would have just been a cross out, like the whole line would just.
Literally. Ruby's like, it's official. Newton is an educational villain.
Listen, y'all are not going to talk about my man's Isaac like that, all right?
I can't. I have the exact expression Priscilla has on Cosmic. I was just like, I don't know. No.
Listen,
not for me.
I will say, like, Calc 1 and 3 were good, but 2 could go die on a, like, just throw the whole subject
on a
away.
ledge or something.
Yes.
throw itself off a ledge.
Yes. And partial differential equations. I don't even know how to explain that to people. I don't know how I survived it. I
don't even know what you're talking about. It's all good. It's
but
all
listen,
good.
we're not gonna put this on my man's Isaac, okay? He was just trying to help us shape the physical world around us and help us understand it, okay? Everybody else took it and ran with it and created basically torture devices that I paid to attend.
Yeah. So I actually did the bonus
Oh yes, I
Yeah.
forgot the bonus.
Yes, I did the bonus.
Okay,
So
where did
for my bonus, I decided to choose a YouTuber. So I chose a
you love
YouTuber that I
that?
have watched for 10 plus years. I think she's been on YouTube for 10 years. She is not in the tarot world. She is a
Oh,
lifestyle vlogger, YouTuber
okay.
kind of person. And I've watched her forever. She has two channels. Her vlog channel is called Rem Life, and her other channel, or her main channel, is called Miss Remy Ashton. So she does vlogs and then she does other kind of content on her main channel. Specifically, she has a cooking show where she does cooking, which is really fun. I
Oh,
love it. Um, and I love watching her. She is Korean American and she makes a lot of Asian styled dishes.
mm,
And I thought that the deck I chose would be perfect for her because in her vlog she eats a lot of Asian food, goes to a lot of Asian restaurants and stuff, but she also cooks a lot of Asian food as well. So I chose the anime food tarot. Yep. And right now
makes
she's actually in Korea, so which is really cool, and I think she's going to Japan as well, which is really fun. So these is specifically is Japanese food, and I love watching her vlogs and her other content and her cooking and things like that because it's really fun. And
no.
it's nice also to watch someone where they started and where they are currently, which is really fun.
Mhm,
Because I've watched her since pretty much the beginning of her YouTube journey. So when she started, up until this point. She's one of
mhm,
the ones that I've watched a long time. There's a few other YouTubers that I've watched for a long time, but she's one of the main ones that I watch the most often.
mhm.
And yeah, I thought this was perfect. This would be a really cool deck to use for her specifically. She's also getting married this year, which is really cool.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, and she shows some content from that too. And then she has podcasts, which I watch as well.
Oh, she has a
Which
whole like
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
YouTube is her career, so she does a lot of things. Content
Yeah.
creation is like her career and things. So this is what she does on a daily basis. So yeah, her podcast is pretty basic. She does it with Alicia Marie, who's another YouTuber I've watched for a long time. And then her other podcast is with Zane and Heath from Unfiltered.
Mhm.
Um, and their podcast is basically unfiltered. They do the four of them together, which is hilarious. Their podcast is so funny. I always am laughing all the time from that. But yes, this is like the perfect
Hello.
deck in my opinion. Oh, Apollo has joined us. What is he doing? Is he
I'm
being a
gonna see
bad
if I can
boy?
get him on camera.
Oh, okay.
He's like
No, he's like no.
he's
He's
like
like
I
I don't
hate
like
every
I
this.
don't like this. he's like put me down. Look at that face. Hi, Apollo.
He's
Hi.
like no, no.
He's like, nah. This ain't it. This ain't it. So yes, but I love it, and this just reminds me of like everything she eats. Honestly, when she goes to like Asian restaurants and stuff, so
I love
it was
that.
like really fun. And the fact that she's in Asia right now, which is really cool. I
Mhm.
love it when she like I think last year she went to like Japan and like Korea and stuff and it was like really a fun time and like she went back again, which is really fun with her best friend, which
I
is even
love that.
better. So, yeah, that
I
was my
didn't
bonus.
get a bonus, but I think
Yeah.
that was a really good bonus.
Yeah,
Let me
I
say,
enjoyed it. I
I'm
thought
gonna.
about it after, so
I
yeah.
have Spirit de la Luna out, so I think
Mm.
what I'll do is like I would use this deck for one of my gossip channels I follow. I've followed for
Ooh.
like years. He does like recaps of, like the Real Housewives, Married to Medicine, all of
I
that
love it. I
TV.
love it.
And I feel like using this because I think he is fairly into astrology would be really cool. So, because these relate to the different moons, the astrological positions of the moon. Um,
Mm. I know. I want this deck.
Stop it. But yeah, I thought it would be really cool to trying to figure out what's going on here, but I'll figure it out later.
Mercury retrograde. That's what's going on.
Yeah, because I've never had so much trouble getting the camera to focus as I have now.
I don't know.
So I thought that would be a really fun, like, kind of shit talk celebrities kind of thing with DJ.
I love it.
I do like that food deck as well, though.
Yeah, it's from Running Press. You didn't get it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, it's from last year.
That was one of the boxes I missed, like, during the chaos of my move. I didn't do a few of the surveys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Running Press, y'all, just so you know.
Yeah. I didn't want more stuff that I had to move, so I missed, like, maybe 2, and they haven't done one in a while, so whatever the last 2 were, I think I missed them.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this I think was in the last box that I got, I think.
The one before this big break that we had?
Yeah, the one from last year, I think it was in the fall or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I got it during then.
Yeah.
And then I got a box from them recently also.
I did get that one. Yeah. I missed the one earlier last year because of my move, and then it still just felt like I didn't have time to do anything, so I didn't fulfill that second survey either, so I missed that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is really cool. You can get 25% off if you shop directly from them, and if you're in the US, discount code is Coven, in case anyone wants to use it. But if it's on sale already, you can't use the discount code, and it's for US only because they only ship within the US. So if anyone wants to save money, 25% off is pretty good, actually. So
yeah, that's a great deal.
So yeah,
I think it's rare that you find anything more than 10-15% nowadays.
Yeah, I know. And the discount code is only good for this entire year. It expires at the end of the year. So yes. Ooh, Robin says that she has a mini food deck collection.
Oh.
Okay, I want to see a video of your mini food deck collection. What?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I know I said I don't like collection videos, but I would like to see that.
Me too. That would be so cool. I only have 3 food related decks, which is this one, the what's it called? I have it here. Hold on.
Don't you have the pasta tarot?
Food fortunes and the pasta tarot. Yeah, the food fortunes tarot. Well, it's not really a tarot, but food fortunes, and the pasta tarot. Those are the only 3 that I have. There's some indie ones that look good, but they're expensive, and I would get them if I could afford them. To be honest with you, the one from the Threadbound Oracle. They have a food deck pantry, something. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe Laura knows because oh, come on, Robin, it's just those decks. How many decks do you have? You said mini food collection. Mini food. That means you shouldn't have that many.
Right.
Just show us the food just show us the food decks on Discord then, if you don't want to do a video.
Yeah, just
send a photo of all the food decks you have so I can look. I'm trying to remember. Threadbound Oracle. Maybe Laura knows. Here, Numinous Spirit Press. Magical Pantry. Yes, I knew Laura would know. Thank you, Laura. Yes, a Magical Pantry. I would love to get that. I would also love to get the Threadbound, but expensive. So yeah.
How much is it?
Let me look. Shop. Is this Canadian dollars? I don't know. It says 45, but I don't know if this is Canadian or what this price is, if this is USD or what this is. What anyone know what the pricing is of their website? If it's USD or what? Because it has a dollar sign instead of a yeah, it has a dollar sign. So I'm assuming it's USD. So it's on sale though for 45. It's originally 53. And if this is USD, that's quite expensive for Canadian if you change the exchange and then add
Mhm.
shipping. And then I don't know if you'd have to pay duty taxes, probably. Yeah, that would end up being probably over $100.
That's a lot.
But it's so pretty. Like, it's so nice. I love
I mean,
it.
hopefully, maybe like they have a deal or something.
Yeah,
Eventually.
they're US based. US based. Thanks, Laura. Laura knows. I knew I could rely on Laura to let me know.
Lauren is all.
Yes. Well, I knew that Laura would know specifically for this creator because I know
Mm,
that they enjoy their books and things. So
yeah.
she enjoys her book, this creator's books and things. So
So I promised a picture of Dutch. Here's like you can kind of see his chunkiness in this photo. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna. There we go. So this is like from my childhood room, and you can see his little like fat belly hanging over.
oh, he's so cute. I
He's a
love
handsome
it.
boy. And then
Oh,
let
okay.
me see if I can find the pizza box photo.
Okay, that's good to know, Laura. Thanks that you don't have to pay duty taxes.
Here's the pizza box photo.
Uh, there we go. It's focusing now. Oh, so cute. I love
Yeah, so
it.
that he was a bit chunky. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Kathleen G, we're not doing ratings. This was a tarot tag, so we were talking about decks. And Robin, which one? What's in those? What? You said that it's in one of those boxes. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Which deck are we talking about? In terms of boxes. In terms of boxes.
Maybe one of those tuck boxes that no one likes. Does anyone like tuck boxes? Like, why are they still making them?
For me, it depends. Like running press, I don't mind their tuck boxes because their tuck boxes are really sturdy. Um, but there's some tuck boxes that are so flimsy, in my opinion. I
Hmm.
really don't like them. But it
Yeah,
depends on who's making the deck, in my opinion.
that's fair.
Oh, the food. Oh, the anime. Are you talking about the anime food tarot? It's in one of these boxes,
Oh, the magnetic.
which I
Mm,
actually really enjoy. I like these boxes,
yeah.
just like that.
Hmm. I like that
Oh
the
yes.
guidebook is like on its own, so I don't have to like put it in the main box. Because I
Yeah,
usually put the guidebook under the cards, and then the cards sort of slide around a bit. So
yeah,
I like those boxes.
yeah. True. I agree, Laura. They don't take much room. I have like a whole shelf of tuck boxes. Most of them are like either US games or low
Mhm.
stereo.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we are done. So, what
Yes.
do you
The
have
tag is
coming
done
up?
anyway. Oh, what do I have coming up? Oh, Robin doesn't like the box of the anime.
Oh no.
Oh well. Hmm. Okay, what do I have coming up? I edited my February reflection, so that will be up probably Monday. And then I want to film a video for Astara, like for my tarot altar. So
Hmm. Okay.
I'll probably do that. And then I have two hauls that I need to edit. One is part one running press haul from last year because I still have a bunch of stuff I have not filmed
Oh my gosh.
from last year for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year was a horrible year, to be honest with you. So I have piles of things from last year that I have not shown, not only from them but like from other places as well.
Just in general. Yeah.
Yeah, so I filmed part one, which is decks, and then I have to film part two from last year, and then I'll be done with the decks from running press, and then I just have to do a book haul from them. So I have part one running press haul that I need to edit, and then I have just a haul of decks that I bought last year myself that that I want to that I want to show. So I have to edit it. No, it's already recorded. I just have to edit it.
Okay.
So yeah, what? Okay, Robin's saying, struggling to get the cards in and out with the book in the way, and the cards are always caught on something trying to get them out. My Brittany deck is in one of them. Yeah, I have the Brittany deck as well. I usually just slip out the book, take out the cards, and like this is usually what I do. So I'll open it like this. I'll take out the book, and then like that, and then that's it. And then there's no cards inside. And then I'll just slip the cards back in. The cards sometimes get stuck in the thing, so I'll just do this. Like that. And then just slip the book back into this thing here. And that's it. So that's usually what I do. So yeah, I have many decks in this kind of box because this is their new box style. If they're doing a deck that has a book that's I think the max is like 100 pages in this book. So if they're doing a book like a small book like that where it's not more than 100 pages, and I think they use this box style. But if not, then they'll do the gift set, which
the big
the book
box in the box.
Yeah, the gift set, which the guidebook is usually thicker. There's more pages. Yeah, Robin does have strong emotions about this wrapper.
I love it.
I own so many of them. What about you? Do you have anything coming? Have you filmed stuff? Have you edited?
I filmed a few things, and I don't know what it was about last year. I agree with you. I have a lot of backlog of things that I use and unboxings that I filmed and haven't edited.
Yeah.
And then like I kind of want to branch into doing some book reviews as well, like not spiritually, just like in general.
Yeah.
So
do it. I've been including those in my reflections videos. I love it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so I posted my January reflections last month, and the first part is like my practice, so like the decks I use and stuff, and then I go into like the books that I read that particular month. And I've been reading quite a lot of books. I read like 12, I think, in January.
12
books, yeah. And then in February in January I read 11, and then in February I read 13 books. So
you don't watch a lot of TV, right?
I do watch TV, but not often. I read more than I watch stuff. Yeah, I only watch stuff if I actually want to watch something specifically. So yeah, I read more than I watch.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I read 13 books in February, and I think I'm on track this month to read just as much, to be honest with you. I've already read 7 books so far, so yeah.
Oh, okay. I am a slow reader, and I also like watch a lot of TV, so
yeah, I'm a fast reader, so
yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. I got the book from Running Press, The Invisible Wilds. And I read that in 5 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever finished
even Running Press was impressed.
Oh my gosh.
Because I posted it to my story that I was starting it, and then 5 hours later I posted that I finished, and I gave it 5 stars because I absolutely loved it. And Yeah, she messaged me on the RP Mystic account because I tagged that account along with Running Press Books. And she's like, wow, that was 5 hours. I was like, yeah, I'm a fast reader.
I'm so not. I wish I was, but I am not.
Yeah. When I'm really into something, I go for it. When I'm
Yeah.
not into the book that I'm reading, then I'm slow. Like the book that I finished in the beginning of this month, The Divine Flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I I didn't like that book at all. I was gonna say I hated it, but I didn't, there was things I liked, but I didn't love it at all. To be honest with you, I gave it 2 stars. But yeah,
Mm.
that one it took me a month to read.
2 is generous. I mean, do you feel like you should have DNF'd it?
I should have DNF'd it, but I got it for review, and I really wanted to up my my NetGalley percentage. So I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
finish it just to be able to do that because now I'm at 90%. So I can get more books. I want to get more books that I like. And that one was like free to read, like it was open to read. I didn't have to request it. So yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let me just finish this so I can just get it out of the way and read stuff I actually like. But yeah, yeah, my review. Anyway, I'll talk about it next month, but my review was
Yeah, no
not the
spoilers.
best. Not the best.
That's fair.
So yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, you should talk about books. That'd be really cool.
I think I will. I have my cool little like reading journal off to the side here that I need to update. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll do some like shorts and as my
Yeah.
gateway into it. I don't know.
Yeah, do it.
I have to get the motivation to want to record and edit again.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This was a really, really fun tag. Thank you again, Robin, for suggesting this tag.
Yes. Thanks, Robin.
If you guys have any suggestions for us, you can either let us know in the comments or over on Discord.
Discord. Yeah.
Back in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so feel free. Any comments, we kind of keep them in rotation and we'll pick through them. If you're not subscribed to Sil's channel, make sure you're subscribed over there. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you're subscribed over here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess we'll see you in April.
Yeah. See you in April.